host I am at radio. I think I'm talking about expressions. I'm talking about cricket. I'm an expert on sports I've never seen before. I've never seen a cricket match. You ever seen a cricket?
No.
Crickets. Yes.
I get plenty of those.
And then somebody else wanted to join a cult too. It's a little weird, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not joining your cult, dude. It's not happening.
Not Coach T. Hell yeah, let's start a Bill cult. Wouldn't that be a bolt?
Oh my goodness. This is why I'm out. This is why I'm out.
What do you mean it's why you're out?
That's the first meeting of your cult. We're now a bolt.
Can I tell you that I think the Cowboys have created a cult-like atmosphere around what they're about? This team sucks, dude. This team has never been good. Why are they on Monday Night Football? In what universe did the National Football League, who are, by the way, largely run by and they employ very smart people because they pay well, and they all get to go see the tree at Rockefeller Center because they live near there because they can afford it. Why did they think a Monday Night Football game with the Cowboys would be meaningful in December? It's never meaningful. They barely ever make the playoffs. They haven't won a playoff game since that cricket match in 1802 where Duck's Egg came into the parlance of our times. They haven't made an NFC Championship game since 96? I can't even remember. I was about to go to home prom as a high school kid. That's how long ago it's been, man. It's been a long time.
If you want some joy in watching tonight's game, stream the game.
No, don't even do this.
On
the
Disney?
Simpsons thing?
Yeah.
My kids love this. Actually, I should tell Henry. He loves. I'm going to forget that it's happening.
That's why I couldn't get flexed. That's why you got two teams with bad records playing this late in the season on Monday night.
What channel is the old Simpsons thing on?
Only streamed ESPN Plus or Disney Plus. You're going to get your normal
right,
Joe
they
Buck.
Bought Fox.
Right. You're going to get your normal Joe Buck and Troy Aikman on the main broadcast, and I'm not sure if tonight's a Manning. If it's a Manning cast.
I think there's three. Is it not all three?
I don't think the Mannings do every Monday night.
I have not watched a Manning cast this year, if any consistency. Do you watch it?
I feel like I get smarter because Belichick is on every week. I feel like I get smarter when he's talking football, but I still don't find him entertaining.
I check in and out. It's good. I'm not used to the vibe of it.
And Eli is nowhere near as good as Peyton, either entertainment-wise or talking football.
He's not. But Peyton has that funny, biting. He has been on SNL, which is right by the Rockefeller tree that you need to go see. He's been on that show. I don't think Eli's done any of that stuff. You got to take Will to the tree, man. Don't put up a duck's egg as a dad. That's a cricket term.
Yeah, so I'm going to have to go on the weekend because he won't be able to get himself here after work.
Why don't you have your wife drop off Will and then she can take the baby back? Maybe get a little trip on the train for everybody can enjoy it.
I wish.
Should we tell the people that I made your baby scream? Your baby hates me.
Sure, we can tell people that.
So I called you the other day and your kid was screaming in the background, and what you told me later is because he heard my voice.
He was very calm. I was feeding him, and maybe this was a bad parent decision.
Right.
But while I was giving my 3-month-old son a bottle, he was very calm, very quiet. I answered your call, and I put you on speaker. You started talking. My son jumped a mile in the air, and
you have to. By the way, you broke the code, the guy code, the call. You have to always say, "Hey, what's up? You're on speaker." I have a buddy.
It was just my 3-month-old.
Well, obviously you got it wrong. I have a buddy, Reed Forgrave, who's been on the show. Every time we talk to each other, you can't say what it is, but we basically insult each other. And he's like, "Hey, what's up, man?" And I totally insulted him. And I think his parents were in the car or something, or his mom. You can't read. Hey, what's up, man? You got to be like, hey, you're on speaker with the family. Hey, what's up? You're on speaker with Tom. And I would have been like, oh, hey, Tom. I saw your note that you said that the show.
You would know what's up, Tom?
I was like, what's up, Tommy? Yeah. And then the kid started screaming.
Yeah,
I felt bad.
For a long time, too.
You think some of it's jealousy, though, that he knows that his brother was named after me and he wasn't?
Nope.
Like deep down?
Nope.
Subconsciously?
Nope.
What's Dom's middle name? Is it William Joseph?
James.
Okay.
That was funny.
Thank you. Yeah, anyway, 4-8 Bengals against the, I don't even know what the Cowboys are. 5-7?
Yes.
Yeah, the 5, because I did know. 5-7 Cowboys. Here's something exciting. Beyond the Arc, 6 minutes. Somewhere. That's at YouTube and social media. I really would like to see the Bengals win this game. I would enjoy Joe Burrow having a day. By the way, Ty Dunn talked about this. He's been awesome this year. His team, just subtraction the sum of all human joy. Thank you for listening. This is Ryder Than You. We appreciate you. He's pretty daddy. He looks flabbergasted. All right, we'll see you back here tomorrow on Ryder Than You.
Get last-minute gifts and stocking stuffers right now at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Shop for the do-it-yourselfer on your list and save $10 on a Power Torque Tools 39-piece tool set in an ammo can-style case. Save $5 on the Armor All gift pack for the car lover on your list. And if you're struggling with the gift ideas, the O'Reilly Auto Parts gift card is perfect for that hard-to-buy-for person. So visit your O'Reilly Auto Parts store or shop O'ReillyAuto.com. Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all of your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
The 90s called. They said the Gordita Supreme is so back in the new $7 Lux Cravings box from Taco Bell. It's all looking fresh to death with the pillowy 90s Gordita Supreme alongside the beefy 5-layer burrito, double-stacked taco, chips with nacho cheese sauce, and medium drink. All for just $7. It's your wallet's favorite cheesy crunchy combo here for a limited time. Grab yours and relive the decades, only at Taco Bell. At participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Contact store for price and participation, which varies. Drinks and sweets freezes. Tax extra.
Save a load on a new John Deere compact utility tractor and loader from Quality Equipment. It's never been easier to get the best brand on the market at an unbeatable cash price or with great financing at our lowest ever monthly payment. Now is the time to get that tractor package you've been dreaming of to get your next job done right. Stop by one of our 36 locations in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia, or visit us online at qualityequip.com.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of the Pirates in ENC. Open at noon 7 days a week with live music. Come enjoy sports trivia with me, Clip Rock, every Monday. Tuesday and Wednesday, it's live local acoustic night, along with line dancing from 7 to 9 on Wednesday. Thursday, there's a brand new lineup with Singo starting at 8, followed by karaoke with DJ Dog. Ladies and free both Friday and Saturday nights with the best local bands in the area. Finish the weekend with free games and DJ Kids Scene.
Y'all come get fucked up.
This holiday season, get ready to glow like never before. Beauty Bar Medi-Spa invites you to experience the magic of self-care with treatments that enhance your natural beauty. From Botox to filler, skincare, and more, this is your time to shine. And starting Monday, December 2nd, we're kicking off our 12 days of Christmas. Each day will feature a new opportunity to save on your favorite services and products. But don't wait. These deals are only available for one day. Stop by Beauty Bar Medi-Spa at 1021 Red Banks Road, Greenville, or visit beautybarmedispa.com. Your glow up awaits at Beauty Bar Medi-Spa, your holiday beauty destination.
Michaels & Gateway Cosmetic and Family Dentistry has been Greenville's premier dental practice for over 40 years. I am Dr. Chris Gateway, and our mission at Michaels & Gateway is to provide exceptional dental care with compassion, integrity, and innovation, ensuring every patient leaves with a healthy, confident smile. Doctors Michaels & Gateway are committed to providing an outstanding patient experience with every visit. Not only do we offer all your dental needs under one roof, in most cases, we can take care of those needs on the same day. Bring your smile to us at Michaels & Gateway Cosmetic and Family Dentistry.
This is Talbot Green with Integrity Home Mortgage. Are you ready and pre-approved if the home you want to purchase comes for sale today? This is a very important step when trying to purchase a home in the current market. Integrity Home Mortgage offers a wide variety of loan programs. Our team of Talbot Green, Braxton Green, and Joanne Weir has over 50 years of experience and is committed to providing you with the superior customer service you deserve. To get started, call me, Talbot Green, 714-2 888-866-2076.
Talbot Green, NMLS 120331. For informational purposes only. Integrity Home Mortgage Corporation is equal housing lender. NMLS 208516.
This is Dr. Anthony Skalick from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. Our practice has been caring for the athletes of ECU and the residents of Eastern North Carolina for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for your sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care. We also offer on-site physical therapy and MRI services, as well as walk-in urgent care on the weekends from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Call us at 757-BONE or visit us online at orthoeast.com and go Pirates!
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Good news, business travelers. PGV and American Airlines has added a new early morning flight available now. Book today at aa.com and be on time for that connection in Charlotte. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has American flights perfect for your next trip. PGV, where the Pirates fly.
Attention Wings Over lovers. There's a new flavor that is sure to put you in a trance. Introducing the all-new Cajun Voodoo flavor. Try this blend of spices that collide in an explosion of flavor, combining cayenne, sugar, and a hint of magic today. Every bite leaves you craving more, as if entranced by some voodoo spell. And don't forget, Wings Over is open for lunch every day and is open until 3 a.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. So try the new Cajun Voodoo today. Give them a call at 758-9464. Wings Over Greenville, they deliver.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 at 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. The following is an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio, the voice of the pirate nation. This is Eastern Carolina's longest-running sports radio show. The Brian Bailey Show is on the air. The Brian Bailey Show is powered by Greenville Utilities and also brought to you by
The Angus Grill, Bostic Sugg, Bojangles, Michelob Ultra, East Coast Grading, Gavigan Insurance, Greenville Utilities, Papa John's, Taft and Hagler, The Rick House, and Tiebreakers.
And now, here's Brian Bailey.
Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome into our show as the Pirates get set to head to the Military Bowl. It's East Carolina and North Carolina State. We're going to begin our previews coming up in our show. Blake Harrell, the new head football coach at East Carolina, will be up first to talk about his reaction to the matchup, Pirates and the Wolfpack. And then later on, a guy who has all kinds of connections to both programs, Ruffin McNeill, the East Carolina Hall of Famer. He, of course, is now on Dave Doran's staff as a special assistant. He's going to join us live from Raleigh. Brian Meador is live in the studio with us to talk Pirate football. He's been with me all season long with the coaches show and hanging out doing Pirate football. So we welcome you to the show. This ought to be good.
I'm telling you, it's been a wild season for both of us.
It really has. It's been, and we can't tell too many stories about the Army game, but we'll tell some other ones for sure. Blake Harrell is up first, and we'll kick off today's show for you right after this.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers does real burgers better than anybody. And don't forget about the cheese sticks, fresh salads, and more. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, burgers and sports at its best.
Go Pirates! Bring your favorite styles home for the holidays from Bostic Sugg Furniture. Make your home holiday ready. We have just what you need to spruce things up and add some sparkle this season. Surround yourself in comfort and style with holiday savings store-wide on Bassett, Lazy Boy, Serta, and more. Save up to 70% off closeouts plus 6 months special financing. Gift yourself the perfect home this holiday season during Bostic Sugg Furniture's Home for the Holidays.
Did you know that GUC's utility rates are not only low in the region, but also the state? That's right. When you combine the average electric, water, wastewater, and natural gas into one bill, only people in 2 of the 15 largest cities pay less than GUC customers. Only 2. Low rates and high reliability. Working in the best interest of the community rather than shareholders. That's the value of public utilities. That's the value of GUC.
Hey there, Eastern North Carolina. Jeff Stein at Brown & Wood. The Brown & Wood service specials include a tire price match guarantee, a $199 AC Delco front brake pad installation special. We also have a brake rotor rebate of $40 and a synthetic oil change on most vehicles for $89.95. Don't forget, free pickup and drop-off at Brown & Wood. 89 years in business, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal: to make sure you leave a happy customer.
When you're working outdoors, unpredictability is the norm. So tackle your toughest jobs with the 2025 Honda Pioneer 700. This rugged side-by-side brings power to any party with reliable torque for towing and smooth shifting for the trails. And you can choose between 3 trims: Standard, Deluxe, or the True Timber Forest Edition. Get greater capability. See the 2025 Honda Pioneer 700 today at Ron Ayers Motorsports, Highway 11, north of the airport in Greenville. For your safety, read the owner's manual, wear a helmet, eye protection, close side nets and doors, and always wear seatbelts. Honda side-by-sides are for riders 16 and older.
Ahoy there, mateys! It's Captain Jack Spare of R&R Tire Express, your local tire and wheel shop in Greenville, offering affordable, easy payment options for easy ownership. Savvy? Our customers love our treasure of tires and wheels, easy payment options, and customer care package too. To learn more about R&R, stop by 3920 US 264 or rnrtires.com.
If you think football never ends, then you belong with us. Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to The Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities, providing reliable utility solutions to the Greenville region since 1905. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back to our show on this Monday. East Carolina 7-5 on the year. NC State at 6-6. The Wolfpack needed that win over North Carolina to become bowl eligible. Head football coach at East Carolina, Blake Harrell, 4-1 after taking over for Mike Houston. He was given the job permanently right before the Navy game. He's getting set to take the Pirates to a bowl game in his first venture as the Pirate coach, and he joins us live now from his office over at East Carolina. Coach, what do you think of the matchup?
Hey, fired up for it, Brian, and just excited for the opportunity. First of all, to go play in a bowl game that our guys have earned, and to add a little bit to it, we get to go play NC State, and just kind of our motto all year long has been, anytime, anywhere, and it just happens to be in Annapolis versus a in-state opponent. And we're certainly fired up about it and ready to go play.
Coach Brian Meador is live in the studio with us. I know you get plenty of the two of us during the football season, so we apologize for that.
Tag teaming you here too.
Exactly. But when you look at a bowl situation, obviously it's a much different time. You get extra practices and that kind of thing. But in this day and age, you're worrying about transfer portals. You're worrying about who you can pick up in a portal. You're worrying about changes. I mean, there's all kinds of things that go along with trying to get ready for a bowl game.
No doubt, and that's kind of what you got to look forward to. You got to look forward to 2025 and make sure you're making preparations for the season ahead. But you still got a game to play, and one last ride with your seniors is so important to those guys, and go finish it out the right way. So you kind of having to maneuver all that at one time, but you take it day by day and go be aggressive in every part of it and every aspect of it, and making sure you're giving yourself a chance to win on December 28th, but also win, next fall as well.
When you look at your schedule as far as practices go and that kind of thing, do you have it mapped out for sure yet, or is it kind of one of those things that's kind of fluid right now?
No, we do. We're going to practice 4 times this week, and then we'll take a break and pick it back up next week. And really, the practices this week are really more about us and getting back into a routine and running around, just good on good, and doing some things there. Later in the week, we'll kind of implement some NC State game plan stuff, and then we'll pick back up on that next week. So I think we get all in all, about 13 opportunities before we play the game, 10 of those before we leave to go up to D.C., and 3 more once we get up to D.C.
Yeah, no, when I saw you guys out there this morning, it's drizzling, it's cold. I was like, what a Monday to start your bowl preparations as far as the actually knowing who your opponent is. But how was that this morning?
Well, you might have thought that was sloppy weather. I thought that was great football weather out there. That's what football is. So, no, it was great just to get back out there and on the field with the guys and be around those guys. Last week we gave them some time off from practice and just let them hit the weight room and work on finals and concentrate on finishing up the semester strong. they still got a few finals today and tomorrow and Wednesday to finish up, but for the most part, 75% of them are done with the finals. So we were able to get back out there this morning, get some work in. We'll continue that tomorrow morning as well. So it was good just to be back out there and run around and watching those guys fly around and have a good time.
We talk so much about the 92 Peach Bowl after the 1991 season, NC State and East Carolina, and you think about these players, they weren't even born then. And then I started doing my math. I said, I'm not sure if Blake Harrell was born then or not.
I was born, Brian. Our coaches were, but I was definitely born. I was almost to the high school age at that point.
Yeah. What do you remember about that one as a high schooler?
I just growing up in this state and growing up in the state of North Carolina and East Carolina back in the 90s and late 80s, and what they've done throughout history has just been pretty amazing, the brand of football they've always played. And we want to continue that and carry that on, and excited we get to do it again one more time here in December.
Coach, how much are bowl games the team that wants it more, the team that maybe has a chip on their shoulder? Because some teams get into bowls, and we've seen teams throughout the years they're really not into it. They barely show up on game day, and some teams just go out and just have everything going their way and just dominate a bowl game. And then you see some that go back and forth, that kind of thing. But how much of that is mental?
1,000%, because obviously, you mentioned about the portal, and everybody's roster is going to be a little bit different for the bowl game than it was throughout the season. And then, a lot of times the bowl games, like who wants to be there, who means the most to, who brings the most energy, is usually the team that plays well and wins the game. So we got to make sure we're putting everything into this game we need to be successful and getting our work in. And then at the same time, we show up December 28th, we got to be the most excited team to be there.
I think from anybody on the inside, and for that matter, from the outside, seeing it through creative services or video that gets out from the locker room, they see the energy and the way these players respond to you. But from day one, when you took over on an interim basis, you wanted a bowl game for these seniors. You wanted to have them have a chance to play in a bowl, one last chance to play in a bowl game. How important was that? Is that remaining for you?
It's huge. I mean, last year we were 2-10. And then coming in this season, when I took over, I think we were 3-4. So just to get the seniors to a bowl game, send them out the right way, go finish this thing. We talked about it from day one. Grown men finish what they started, and they've certainly been a part of that and done a great job, those seniors, of leading that charge. And to get them to a bowl game, go finish this thing off the right way, and play together one more time means a lot, not only to them but to our program. Obviously, bowl games aren't the goal of the program. We want to take it beyond that, but it's definitely a standard we want to hold year in and year out.
And when you look at the matchup, obviously you want to go to a bowl game, play well, win the bowl game. But when it's against a team like North Carolina State, and we heard Dave Dorn say last night that he didn't think that much it being a rivalry game because you guys don't play every year. It's almost like somebody should have said, well, we don't play every year because one of us doesn't want to play every year. Right. But when you look at it, still, it's a rare opportunity, to play a team like that, and you get that chance twice in the matter of, 6-7 months.
Yeah, it's going to be back-to-back. And I think he made the comment last night, and I agree with him. Whatever roster we take into this game is going to look different than the roster we line up in September with on both sides. We'll have a lot of carryover, but you're going to add new faces here and there, and they'll add new faces here and there, so it'll be a different game. I know he's going through a coordinator change. We still got to hire a DC as well. So, you'll have a different identity going into next fall as well.
Back to the portal very quickly. Mike Schwartz in basketball at East Carolina says, it's one of those things you have to embrace, and you have to embrace it both ways. If you lose guys or you get guys, I mean, it's one of those things that's here, and you just got to make the most of it, don't you?
There's no question. I mean, it's the landscape of college athletics, and it is what it is. And if a young man wants to be here, we certainly want him here, and part of our program to be a Pirate and what it means to be a Pirate. And then, we got to embrace guys that come into our program and take them on and make sure they understand what it means to be a Pirate. So it's like you said, you got to deal with it. You got to navigate it the best of your ability and just understand that our roster is going to be different from year to year, and you're going to have guys come and you're going to have guys leave. Doesn't necessarily make them bad people, but we definitely want to embrace the people who want to be here, that are proud to be Pirates, understand what it means to be Pirates, and ready to go fight their tails off for Pirate Nation.
What do you see in North Carolina State so far? Have you guys really dived into the tape so far?
You know, our coaches probably have more than I have, just from, I'm chasing a few things here and there. But, they got a freshman quarterback, certainly athletic, does a really good job in the quarterback run game. I think the tight end is really good. They're moving the ball around the different receivers as well. I think the top receiver looks like he may not play, so that will be a factor too. And that's one thing we have to look at as we go through the tape is, what guys on their roster are they going to be missing, and how will that change their identity? And then you look on the other side of the ball, and I think, Tony Gibson's now gone. He's moved on to Marshall, take the head job there. I think Freddie Autry-Lindsey's going to call the defense. So you think that scheme will still be the same. And they've always been an aggressive attacking style defensively and fly around. So still a good football team.
And from your perspective, it's next man up. If somebody decides to hit the portal, well, who's behind him? He's got to step up and play. Is that something you're stressing to the guys as another guy or another guy might hit the portal?
Well, we always prepare that way. I mean, it's always, you never know when your time's going to be. If a guy was to get injured and get banged up, you got to be always ready and prepared and next man up, and that's our mentality. It takes all of us to get the job done. And we want to embrace who's here and who's in our program and focus on those guys and make sure those guys are ready to go win a ball game on December 28th.
When you took over as an interim coach at East Carolina, I know you told the media that you had a chance to talk to Ruffin McNeill, and Coach McNeill is going to join us in just a few minutes and talk about this matchup. But what were some of the thoughts that he gave you that day that you can share with everybody?
I got like 20 note cards full of and make sure you tell Coach I said hello. And
will do.
So much. He's just such a genuine person, and just appreciated his wisdom so much. But I think the one thing that we talked about just the phases of the game, and keeping the locker room together, and just some tips there for myself. And then when we got off the phone after about a 30-minute conversation, he called me back and said, "Hey, I forgot the most important thing." I said, "What's that, Coach?" He said, "Just be you." And I said, "Coach, that's all I know. I ain't smart enough to be anybody else. I just have to be me." That was some great advice and just words of wisdom from him that I think about every day.
That's good stuff. Before we let you go now, as far as practices go, it's really important for your young players in developing them as well. I mean, this is a great opportunity for them to make big strides and then to come into the spring football, ready to go.
Yeah, so sometimes your young players can get, down the roster a little bit, and maybe they're on a scout team or a look team throughout the fall. But especially this week, we get reps with everybody today. Everybody got a chance to run around, and we continue to grow those guys, and maybe even get them ready for this game. I mean, they've got almost 3 weeks to get ready for this game, and if not, you're certainly finding out what they can do for next fall and this spring, and it helps them develop and get extra reps there. So fired up for those young guys as well as our seniors as well.
All right, Coach. Well, I know we promised you about 5 or 10 minutes, so we'll get you out of here. But thanks so much for your time. I know it's a busy time right now getting ready for the bowl game, and we'll, of course, cross paths many times before we head to Annapolis coming up for the Military Bowl. Thanks so much.
Hey, appreciate you guys. Thank you all for having me on.
All right, that's Blake Harrell, head football coach at East Carolina. We'll take a commercial break right now. Coming up next on the Brian Bailey Show, the legendary Ruffin McNeill, the Hall of Famer from the class of 2021 at East Carolina. That's next as the Brian Bailey Show continues on this Monday after this.
This is a Pirate Radio Sports Break presented by Ron Ayers Motorsports, Highway 11 north of the airport in Greenville. In the NFL, the Rams took on the Bills yesterday. This is what it sounded like right here on Pirate Radio.
Sam Martin gets the snap, and it's blocked on the ground. Rams trying to pick it up. They do. 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Hunter Long.
Matt Stafford threw for 2 touchdowns. Josh Allen threw for 3, but it was the Rams prevailing over the Bills 44-42. This has been a Pirate Radio Sports Break. I'm Shirley Rhodes.
It's bow time. 'Tis the season for food and family, but thanks to Bojangles, you don't have to spend hours in the kitchen when loved ones come home for the holidays. Set down the spatula and put away the mixing bowls, because this holiday season, Bojangles is ready to help you celebrate with all your family favorites like Chicken Supreme, Cajun Filet Biscuits, or a big bow box of hand-breaded chicken, scratch-made biscuits, and fixins for the whole family. We'll make the food so you can focus on making memories. Head to Bojangles and gift yourself a taste of home. it's bow time.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
This is proud ECU alumni David Price of David Price Construction. As a leading general contracting firm, we specialize in commercial construction and renovation. Whether it's updating your office space, renovating your restaurant, or building a new retail store, our team at David Price Construction is ready to assist. We are committed to delivering quality, value, and customer satisfaction across all of our projects. So give us a call at 919-820-3612 or find us online at davidpriceconstruction.com. Go Pirates!
At United Bank, banking means more than financial solutions. It means rallying around the causes that are important to our customers, employees, and communities. While we have grown in size and presence, we have never forgotten our roots. By giving back to our local communities and funding business development, we help fuel economic growth. Our success is your success. Because to us, this is home. Go Pirates! Bankwithunited.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Here with Greg Lassiter from Champions Gym. And Greg, you've got a tremendous staff working for you with professional trainers. You've got classes like cycle, Pilates, muscle pump, Zumba. Talk about what you can bring to people like myself who's just getting back into the physical fitness world.
We've got all those classes, but the main thing we've got is a way for people to come in and feel comfortable. People, when they go in that gym, they feel like that is their home away from home.
Give the address and the phone number.
4190 Bayswater Drive, Winterville, 353-0544.
Champions Health and Fitness.
Pirate Radio.
An actual pirate?
Obviously. Duh. The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to The Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities. Community owned, community powered. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back on this Monday. East Carolina, North Carolina State coming up in the Military Bowl. Pirates 7-5, NC State 6-6. It's the Go Bowling Military Bowl, and that's what the Pirates are going to be doing, going bowling along with the Wolfpack. Now, anybody that has connections with East Carolina and North Carolina State, you have to get them on the radio as soon as you possibly can, and that would be the legend himself, former Pirate head coach Ruffin McNeill, part of the class of 2021 in the East Carolina Hall of Fame, and now he is with North Carolina State as a special assistant to the head coach, Dave Doran. Coach Ruff, how are you?
BB, how you doing, brother?
I got a surprise for you now. I got a surprise. It's BB and B Mead. I got Brian Meador with us. We're gonna call our radio show one day BB and B Mead.
In your honor.
You're strangers. Danger, danger.
That's the truth. Hey, Coach.
Okay, I got two B's. I got both of y'all. How y'all doing, boys?
Not too bad, not too bad. Trying to keep Pirate Nation afloat, but the Pirates bounced back nicely with the hiring of Blake Harrell. And Blake was just talking about the fact that he gave you a call to kind of get some advice, and he joked that he wrote down 20 note cards, and he said, "Hey, look, when you get Coach Ruff on, make sure you tell him I said hey and appreciate everything." But when a coach calls you like that, I mean, I know you get thousands of calls, but this one had to be special because this is an East Carolina. Now it's an East Carolina Pirate guy calling a former East Carolina Pirate guy.
Yeah, well, it was good to hear. Good to hear from him, and I had followed his path, and knew he'd done a great job as defensive coordinator. Mags, it was my son. Mags is like my son, Arlene and our son. He bragged on him as well. So when he called, man, it was very cool, and I thought we had a great conversation, and I just shared my experiences, but I knew he'd be ready for the job, and he did a good job once he got a chance to take over the reins.
You've done it before, but how hard is it when you step in as an interim coach?
Well, I had a chance to do it really a number of times, probably people don't even know about, but at Texas Tech back in that day, I took over in the middle, thought I'd be defensive coordinator at first. In the middle of the season, took over as special team coach in the middle of the season. Then later on in Texas Tech, in the middle of the season, I took over as defensive coordinator, so that was twice. Then later on at Texas Tech in 2009, took over at the end of the season interim for the head coach. So I had three opportunities really in that situation. So each one I tried to share with Blake and any other young coach that may need advice, or even the older coach. But I had a chance to share those, how I handled it at the time, what would I do differently, and anything that might help them. Not to tell them exactly how to do it or what they do it, but the main thing I told Blake was just be yourself, and I think that's what he's done.
I'll tell you this, Coach. You brought up Damon Mags, and he is your son, and you're talking about Coach Harrell and you guys are all cut from the same cloth, and genuine is the word that he used just a few moments ago talking about you. And I was like, well, that makes sense, because you're bringing up Damon, because Mags is one of the most genuine people you'll ever want to meet. And so hearing that he kind of helped connect you two together again, and he gave you the pat on the back for Blake to give you a call, it's really a neat story. And when Blake told it in his presser, I looked at Bailey and I was like, I didn't realize they really knew each other all that well. For him to reach out to you, I thought that was pretty special.
Yeah, we got numbers and shared numbers and talked, and I think we've done some clinics. They've done some with our staff here and the app staff and these kind of staff. They've done almost a high school clinic at our place over here, and so you got a chance to mingle and meet there, and then when Mags came aboard, it just helped bridge the gap or bridge anything that was between us, and then I followed him. You always follow great guys, and you saw what he was doing, and I saw what he did when he took over. And he had the guys rallying around him, and it looked like he did the same thing when he took over in the position there as head coach. So you're right, B-Mead. It's a small world. This coaching world is very small. It's not as big as you think it is, that anybody thinks it is. Usually we all connected some kind of way. And Mags connected us, and I've known Mags all of his life. I knew Mags' dad. He was a great man. And I promised his dad I would take care of Mags the rest of his life, and I will.
Funny story with Mags. Every time we see him, we always bring up the interception against Russell Wilson and State, preserved the East Carolina game 33-27 in overtime. And he gets so embarrassed about it. It's hilarious to watch it because, come on, guys, come on. He said, if that's the only play I made in all my career, that doesn't say a whole lot. But we always get with him. And you talk about somebody who's sincere and just a genuine, sweet person. And I won't go into the details, but I got dehydrated on the road at Army, and Meador had to stay with me for a night. We had to get fluids in me and stuff and get me back healthy. But anyway, the Monday I was doing my radio show, and this was after, Coach Houston had been released and all this emotion and everything. He came up to my radio show, opened the door during the show, and gave me a big hug while I was on the air live. It was hilarious.
That's a rough thing to do, actually.
Yeah, it's a great thing. It was just a touching moment for me. And Coach, when you've been around as long as we have, things like that happen. You say, well, I've never seen that before. I'd certainly never seen that before.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's Zoo. That's Zoo in itself. That's how they are. I can remember Donnie Capacci and I recruiting. It was the last weekend I had as a head coach, my first job as head coach there, and our last day on the road. And we had been to five homes, and each home had a dinner already, a full dinner, and you could not go in a recruit's home and not eat dinner. It was the fifth one. We had one stop, and it was Maggie's house. I'm going, I know that Maggie's was going to have a smorgasbord, all kind of pastas and everything on the And I was going, please, Lord, please. I said, DK, I can't eat 6 full meals, man. I'm So we go in, and Dave, who had been a college coach for years and a pro coach, and Mags, we were trying to recruit Mags, and they didn't have hors d'oeuvres, which they knew my schedule by that time, and it was just that from the moment on. Then they sang for us, and Zoo's been a special part of my life for a long time. We were together again in Oklahoma. When he had a chance to come out there with us out there with Lincoln, and then for him to get a chance to come and be a part of, be back home, I know he's really enjoyed that. Enjoyed that to the fullest.
Ruffin McNeill, the Hall of Famer from East Carolina, former East Carolina Pirate football coach, joining us as we talk about the ECU-NC State matchup. When you first heard this was a possibility, kind of leaked out last week and really wasn't finalized, I don't think, until later on in the afternoon yesterday. But what'd you think about Pirates in the Pack again?
I go, oh, no, here we go again. You know what I mean? My first start as a player at my very first game of the season, very first start in 1977, was against North Carolina State. So when I'm sitting around, one of the guys from downstairs said, "Man, I heard might be playing East Carolina next." This was last week. I go, "No, please, not yet." No, this was before it came out. And then Sunday, we got a text. Hey guys, we're playing the Military Bowl versus East Carolina. I said, "Well, here we go again." But it's an honor as always, and they've done a great job. I've had a chance to keep up with them, of course, and watch them on film, and they've owned all two sides of the ball. They're playing fast, got them playing hard, and attacking and aggressive. So it's going to be another fist fight as always, another competitive fight as always, and what a great bowl site, to go to playing at the base, playing on campus in Navy. Looking forward to that.
Coach Dorn asked you to get those note cards back from Blake. You gave him too much.
Yeah.
Well, I know after this interview, he'll probably know I gave it to him. So, but now, you know what? I might need to take. Hey, Blake, I didn't mean what I said. Those things don't work.
That's right.
No, he's excited. I saw him this morning. We came in and I was watching film already, and he just stopped by and, well, got another one, huh? I go, yes, sir. Another one. So, no, it's going to be a really exciting place, and I know fans on both sides are making a great opportunity for the Military Bowl. What a great selection by those guys.
Yeah, it really was, because you look at bowl games and you look at the teams involved. I think the other team I heard from the ACC might have been Boston College, which was East Carolina's opponent back 2 or 3 years ago when they played in and didn't get a chance to play because of the COVID. And the interesting thing is, with NC State had a COVID situation at their bowl game that year, the same year that East Carolina had the COVID deal. The State kids, they were actually getting ready to suit up, and the guys were out tailgating and everything else when they canceled that game. And that seems like it was 10, 15 years ago, and it really wasn't that long ago, was it, Coach?
Well, BB, I'll tell you, it was the same thing for us. We played UCLA and in the Holiday Bowl, and we were ready to go. We had already had our meetings. It was a final meeting. We were all packed and ready to get on the travel buses to the stadium. We played a little bit later, I think, than the Pirates were that day, but we were getting ready to have our last team meeting, then the final meal, and get on the bus and go to the stadium. And then we got another call right after that to a meeting, and they canceled the game. Just like that. I mean, I'm going, well, that doesn't make any sense. I've never heard. But that's part of that historical time we all lived in. And we got the same surprise as the Pirates did that day.
It's just crazy. All right, Coach, when you look at what's happening in college football now, there's a couple of topics I wanted to bring up. One, obviously, is the portal, the money involved, the NIL deals. I mean, did you ever think that we'd be seeing this kind of, landscape for college football?
Never, Brian. I never could imagine, and, you got to think I started, my first job was coaching at Lumberton High School, mowing grass and killing walks behind the sleds, the llama sleds. That was my first job in the line of field. You know what I mean? When I finished playing. So, no, but then coaching this many years, and then finally, but it's something you have to deal with if you want to stay in the game, and you want to stay in the coaching game. And there's a lot of ways to do things, and I think that all the players, I do think they deserve compensation. I do. And to have a choice where to go to school, that's also their choice. But it's something as a coach you got to really deal with or not. And if not, you see what happens. Some coaches tend to step back and step out of it. Others say, let's take the challenge on and let's see what happens. But it's different. It's one of the most difficult times for coaching I've ever seen, to be honest with you, Brian. Most difficult time.
This is probably piggybacking on his question, but you're the typical you are the players coach, the biggest one I've ever been around as far as being having that connection with your players. I think about Mags, I think about the captain, Shane Carden, these guys that you had for an extended period of time, and now for you who generates these incredible relationships. How's it for you personally that you're only seeing some of these guys for a year or two?
To me, that's the biggest thing for me. Somebody said, how long you gonna stay in this thing? You've been doing it this is my 45th season coaching out in high school. How long you do? I said, when I can't reach the kids, I know it's time for me to go on the boat and not wear any socks forever ever again and finish. But that's the biggest part of me is not to establish a relationship and not be able to maintain it with every kid. You're right. You got me pegged right there, B. That's my one thing that I look for every day, and is getting to know a kid, a young man, and taking him from a young man to a man and to a grown man, hopefully, when he leaves, and help him survive and make it in life, make it to the next level, make it to whatever level. I mean, not just NFL, but life level. And the portal, NIL sprinkled in, and not everyone is equal on NIL or portal. Not anyone is equal, and everyone is equal, and to be able to keep that kid there. There's a special one. I saw the story, and you and BB saw it too, BB, was the running back at Boise State, the Heisman candidate guy, player. Great player. I know he got hit up with portal offers and NIL money, but he stayed put. He stayed, like Coach said today to our team, he put the anchor down. He put the anchor down and said, no, this is where I'm going to play and this is where I'm going to finish. And find that type of young man now is boy, you're blessed to have those guys. We have a few in our program right now here, and I'm sure Blake has the same thing in his program, in the program there, East Carolina. And but boy, you got to rush those kids, and you hope everyone sees the fight through. It's easy to take a left, it's easy to take a right, but to stay on course and finish the job, finish the duty, and finish what you started. But life changes, and life deals in changes. We all know that.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate that there's got to be a penalty for transferring. You shouldn't be able to go to a school and then you have a good year and somebody calls and say, "Hey, we can get you 80,000, we can get you 100,000," and then you just say, "Okay, well, I'll take that then." I mean, because especially. I think it would be hard at my age if people started calling and offering that. But a kid, and some of these kids come from, really, struggling homes, and I'm sure they're looking at that end. And some of these kids will make more money in the next 2 or 3 years than they will probably the rest of their lives just because of what they're doing. But it's just gotten so much out of hand, and I just think they got to put a stop to it somehow.
Well, either that or the other option is if it's NFL, it's NFL. If it's NFL, it's NFL. Let's make it NFL rules. Everything from free agency to contracts to all that, because that's what you just mentioned, Brian. Was I got to go be me. That way I don't call it one Brian, the other Brian.
There you go.
Because both of y'all together, y'all got me on that one. But if that's the other option. If it's going to be treated like NFL and everything concern that needs to be treated like NFL, then that's because that's what you just mentioned. If you could leave after 1 year, then I mean, what's the buy-in? And but it's not like that now. So the rules are what they are. So you have to learn to deal with it. But that's the other option. If you sit around and think about it a little bit.
That it is. Let me ask you one more thing about college football today. What did you think of Rivalry Saturday and all the flag planting going on? And there was a little bit of that with the State Carolina game, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was a little bit with that.
Yeah, a little bit.
My God, I'm just doing. Me first. I'm too old to even stop fights. I do not stop. I haven't stopped a fight in probably 30 years. I know that's a promise. I never will, never have. Because after a while they get tired and stop. After a while they just get tired and go to their separate room. That's just all fights like.
You haven't stopped one since Pantana Bob's downtown, have you?
Yeah, no.
That's a good line.
We had another one down there too that was sort of like that too. But anyway, no, I haven't been. It's been a long time. So I'm going. But it was all around, and I think that's just the feistiness of the game and the rivalry, and it was a big game for us because we had to become Bo Ellis, but we had lost 4 games by a possession, and to come back and win that one was big, and to win it, the kids just happens, and then everything else happens after that. But no, I was nowhere near that. Matter of fact, I was down toward the end, toward the locker room, sit with the security guards. I had about 2 police around me just taking care of me. I was no way I was getting involved in that.
Man, first thing I said, Melissa, look for Coach Ruff. He may have the flag.
Now, you know what? I would have been toward the other end. I would have been toward the far end where they were going in, sitting on the little bench side of Carolina. I was not going on that field anymore. Not after the thing got over. I didn't even know it until somebody started yelling. And I said, well, that don't make much sense. Let me sit right here and enjoy myself. Got a bottle of water, watched it go on. And when the boys came by, I gave them a high five, told them I love them. Let's get up out of here. Let's go home. Time to get on the bus and come back home.
You got the W. Time to go.
Yes, sir. Time to win. Win by one and get out of there.
Hey, Coach, I got one for you. It was at Tulsa, North Texas. The Independence Bowl rep was there. And your buddy Malcolm Gray, we were sitting down talking to him. And he started talking about playing in the 78 bowl game with Louisiana Tech against your East Carolina Pirates. And he's talking about how exciting it was for him because he got to meet the Duke. John Wayne was at that game.
Yeah.
And he starts talking about that. And then he buried the lead because he finally got to it. He says, yeah, I was the one who threw the interception to Ruffin McNeill.
There you go.
I had 3 of them that game. And I was like, whoa, you buried the lead there, buddy. You should lead with that next time. And then, of course, he was bragging that he did run you down and catch you so you couldn't score on him.
I never lived that down.
Eric Walker. His name was Eric Walker.
You know what? He threw it. I picked it.
Yep.
I was going down the sideline, and then there was a big old piano jumping on my back.
You were leaking oil.
That's that same piano that kept you in the corner of the end zone the other day for the flag planting.
He kept me, and I was running. I took a left, tried to veer off. He did catch me. I got to give him that. But that was a great game, and golly, hey, small world, isn't it?
It is.
That's a small world.
It is.
It is that. It is that.
That's amazing.
All right, Coach, we won't keep you all day. We just wanted to get your thoughts on the Pirates and the Wolfpack. Looking forward to seeing you. I remember your first bowl game in East Carolina was the Military Bowl against Maryland.
Yeah.
And it was so cold at practice, you rode over in the golf cart, and I remember you said, BB, you need a beanie. Go get BB a beanie. So the manager ran and got me a hat to put on because my ears were about red. It was so cold out there. I appreciate that.
Oh, yeah. I remember that day. It was cold, man. It was nippy. It was nippy, as we say.
Yeah, it was more than nippy, I think. We needed something to make it less nippy. I think that's what we needed.
Some warm beverages.
Yeah, perhaps that would have been great. All right, have a safe trip up to the Military Bowl, Coach. I'm sure you'll be a popular item to talk about this thing, East Carolina and North Carolina State. But you've got connections with both. I know. Dave Dorn's always talked about how much of a leader you are with him and his coaching staff, and it's really a cool thing that you can still keep your friends at East Carolina, keep your friends at NC State, and I don't know how you're going to balance that at the Military Bowl, but we'll find that out December 28th, won't we?
We'll find that out. It's all love. You know that.
There you go.
But, man, I tell you what, I look forward to seeing both you, Brians, B. Bailey and B. Meade.
There you go.
You got it, Coach.
We spent some time together. Y'all still got TVs?
Oh, I think it's one of the greatest stories of all time.
The Oprah story.
You get a TV. Yeah. You get it. No, you said, hey, you said, you want TV? BB, you want TV? I was like, sure, I'll take a TV. You gave me one. He said, take 2. I have one in my garage and I have one on my back porch. They are still running today.
Yeah. That's a great deal.
Yeah,
it was for us. It really was for us. Good stuff.
And I'm glad y'all called me, man. Good talking to you.
Good talking to you, Coach. We'll see you at the Military Bowl for sure.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
That's head coach Ruffin McNeill joining us. What a great story they are. Oh man, that's pretty good. Looking back at those times, a bad time and a good time in a different way. All right, let's take a commercial break. We'll come back. We've got some thoughts on East Carolina, NC State as we get set for the bowl game. Back with more on this Monday on the Brian Bailey Show. Right after this.
The holiday season is a special time of year, one that is meant to be spent with family, friends, and loved ones, offering a heart filled with gratitude, joy, and hope. Pitt County Schools is thankful for a community that inspires our students by providing growth opportunities and investing in our teachers and staff with continued support. The arrival of a new year also presents a fresh beginning. So if you're interested in creating a rewarding future by becoming engaged with an award-winning school system that is centered around educational and leadership advantages, we are hiring. Pitt County Schools encourages you to become a part of our team to help ensure success for the posterity of Eastern North Carolina. To fill out an application, please visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org to learn how we grow minds and invest in our future through 38 schools and one community. Education, the key that unlocks doors of opportunity.
Here at the Holistic Company, we know that life throws you its fair share of curveballs. Like passing that drug test, congrats. Now you can finally relax, kick back, and well, light one up. You've earned it. With weekly events like trivia, karaoke, comedy, open mic, movie night, and of course, all your favorites: flour, merch, carts, edibles, and wellness products. Whatever you need to legally take the edge off, we've got your vibe covered. Order online at theholisticco.com or visit us at 5th and Evans in Greenville or at one of our other 2 locations in Fremont or Smithfield. The Holistic Company.
Craving a delicious burger and a great deal? Then head on over to Bad Daddy's Burger Bar in Greenville. Every Monday, shake things up with $5 hand-shaking cocktails. On Rough Draft Tuesday, enjoy talls for smalls, where bigger drinks are the same price as the smalls. It's Whiny Wednesday with $3 pours of barefoot wine. Then on Salty Thursdays, sip on a $4 house margarita. And don't miss Bloody Sunday. Enjoy brunch and $5 house Bloody Marys. Bad Daddy's Burger Bar. Great food, amazing deals, and a whole lot of flavor. See you this week in Greenville.
There's a common misbelief today that to make it further, you need to push yourself, that you need to give up any joy to continue your rigid routine. Or you could try another way. Take some time to enjoy life, like having a Michelob Ultra with friends, because happiness is essential to living an exceptional life. Michelob Ultra, a refreshing and balanced flavor with only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Michelob Ultra, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier restaurant and bourbon authority. Jefferson's, Basil Hayden, Woodford Reserve, and a Midwinter Night's Dram are just a few of the incredible bourbon options. The Rick House features the very best steaks and fresh, made-from-scratch pastas. The Rick House can host your corporate event or special parties in the 3,000-square-foot banquet hall. Join the Rick House for Sunday brunch from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and for the wine tastings on the last Friday of every month. The Rick House.
This is Brian Packard, ECU former baseballer. You're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to The Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities. Community-owned utilities mean local control, low rates, and high reliability. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back to our show as we continue on. We were talking at the end with Coach Ruff, and we were telling he asked about the TV stories, but the way the story went, it was 3 or 4 days after Coach Ruff had been fired, so we went out to visit with him. I think we were going to go eat lunch or something, or we picked up bees or something. We rode all the way out to across from Ironwood. What was that neighborhood he lived in?
It was funny that you're bringing up lunch when it was a liquid lunch.
Well, it turned out to be that, yes. But anyway, so we sat
Star
there.
Star
Hill Farms. And we sat there and hung out and just talked, basically, just kind of chatted about stuff and life. And, it was kind of a sad time because obviously everybody loved Ruff. And it was a weird time, too, with the administration at the time. And so we're sitting there and we saw the TVs when we walked in, and I think one of us asked, what are the TVs about? And he said, well, that we didn't have it in the budget to buy all these TVs for the coaches, so I bought every one of the coaches a TV, put in their office. And then he got fired the next week, so he told him to take the TVs down. So he had a whole bunch of TVs in his garage, and that's when he popped up like Oprah Winfrey.
You get one.
Said, you get a TV, and you get a TV. So we exited out there with.
We left with 4 TVs.
I thought we'd been at Best Buy.
It was great.
It was great. And Coach. And the fact that he asked us about it, because that was.
He remembered it. It was pretty funny.
He certainly remembered it. But, and it's. I think some Pirate fans, they look at the ECU NC State thing and they, think he's on the other side. But, Dave Dorn and him were good friends for a long time. And I think the fact that Dorn thought enough of him to bring him on in that role.
Well, to the point of the question that I asked that we were talking about earlier, he is a player's coach. In this day and age, you need guys like that who, every video I've seen that have been behind the scenes from NC State's their coaches show every week. If they do a segment on Ruff, it's always the same. It has the same tempo to it. He's out there loving him up, giving it to him like hugs and loving him up. But he can be tough on them when they need it.
Yeah.
But that's how it always goes. It has that same feel to it, and it's Ruff being genuine and real. And I saw it out here. He gave kids chances. I thought, man, that kid has no chance. And Ruff managed to break through him, and he did it with a lot of guys. And I think that's what Doran saw in Ruff. Or, his coaching ability is obviously there after all these years.
We look at East Carolina and NC State, and I'm one of those guys, like a lot of us in Eastern North Carolina, that wish that was a game that was played every year. I think they should open with each other every year. I think it's just
it's like the barrel. We were looking that up earlier.
Yeah,
they didn't want to elevate it to a rivalry game because we're gonna play you every year, so it's not a rivalry. And they truly look down at us. It's almost like how Carolina looks at them in a lot of ways. And they look down on us to an extent. And when I say us, I work at East Carolina.
Yes, you do.
And I went there.
I do a lot with them, but
same thing. Yeah, you're
right.
Yeah. But the point is, not calling it a rivalry. And then, look, I can hear your argument. We don't play you every year, but we'd like to. Maybe not every year, but every other year would be fantastic.
Right. Yeah. And now they get a chance to play twice, and once
it reminds me of
December.
It reminds me of Mo's last game, Houston's first game.
Yeah.
It would have been Mo's last game.
The bookends.
Yeah.
You think of great games, and obviously the great game that you think about between East Carolina and NC State is the 92 Peach Bowl, January 1st, 1992. Pirates won at 37-34. Part of the dream season. East Carolina finished the year ranked 9th nationally in the polls, their highest ever ranking to end the season.
I was one of the 457,000 people there.
Yeah, everybody was there.
Everybody was there. I definitely was there, and it was incredible.
In 1987, when East Carolina beat NC State 32-14, that was the infamous game where the fans tore down the goalpost and Jim Valvano canceled the series. Yeah. And I remember somebody that I knew, and I can't remember exactly what it was, they were on the elevator when Valvano was just cussing in Italian. He was so mad about what was going on.
But there were fights, and there was stuff on the field too.
Yeah, and it turned out to not even be East Carolina.
Yeah, it was out to be Wake Tech. One of the kids that got arrested was from
Wake Tech. Yeah, remember that. 2010 was the Damon Magazoo interception. Make sure we see Damon. We mentioned that to him. Make sure he remembers it.
I'm not touching that. He got mad last time you brought that up. He's like, I'm out of here, and he turned and walked off.
In 2008, the Pirates were ranked 14th at the time and lost 30-24 in overtime. That's the Andre Brown touchdown.
Right. Yeah.
And I think it was either Brian North or Billy Weaver, one or two of those guys were standing beside me. We shoot it, and we kind of walk in the end zone of the celebration. And Andre Brown turned right around to us. And the former J.H. Rose, great player at Rose, went to NC State. He scored the winning touchdown, and with the football in his hand, he looked at the camera.
That was me there.
Was it you?
Elephant brain.
I thought it was.
Weaver wasn't shooting. I was
right.
Shooting.
It was you. Did you? You got the same thing.
I was standing right next to you.
Okay, I thought
it
was
right
Weaver.
to us.
Yeah, well, I was giving him more credit than he deserved.
You darn
sure. But he turned to us and he said, "Sorry, Greenville.
Yep,
sorry."
Right.
So between you and me, we got to find that video somewhere.
ITN doesn't have it anymore, so that's where I shot it. So I wouldn't have it.
Yeah, I think we've.
I'll look it up. I'll see if I can find it.
We'll see if we can get a hold of that. 2016, East Carolina 33-30. Scotty Montgomery's second game as a head coach, and the late Troy Dreyfus said it's Motown. He deserved that. Didn't he, Cliff?
I hated to hear about his passing.
Well, he should have after that. I did that on purpose. But yeah, he sure did. Called it Motown. Yeah, that was good there. And then 2022, state ranked 13th nationally. East Carolina came back. The goal line stand.
Yep.
Never forget that. Never forget Owen Daffer. He won the game, but year before at Navy 53, 53 yards,
51,
something like that.
51,
long
whatever.
Field goal, 41 yards away for the win. Missed it. Yep, that was especially tough for our good buddy
Coach Houston
and Holton Ahlers, because Holton deserved to win that game.
I was talking about because Coach would have gotten a bonus in that game.
Yeah, well, yeah, there's that too, but that was very disappointing for East Carolina. NC State's 36 bowl game coming up. They're 17-17-1 in bowl games. For East Carolina, their 22nd bowl game coming up. The Pirates are 10-11 all times in bowl games. Last East Carolina win in a bowl game was just fairly recently. Birmingham, Alabama, the win over Coastal Carolina. All right, we got to take one final break, and we'll come back, and then we'll wrap up this edition of the Brian Bailey Show for you on this Monday after this.
On the first day of Christmas, my true love came to me.
Wow, a tie that lights up and sings. Cool.
Need a little help with Christmas this year? Pirate Radio has your chance to win big. The annual Holiday Treasure Chest returns, and it's bigger and better than ever. Tune into Pirate Radio live weekdays 3 to 6 p.m., and you could win this.
A $100 gift card to Cooper's Cup Coffee, a 10-game ticket pack and hat from Down East Bird Dogs, or an iPad from Copy Pro.
It's going to be a December to remember on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
This is John Gavigan with the Gavigan Agency. Our top priority is doing what is best for our members. Whether you are buying a new vehicle, a new home, protecting your family with life insurance, or filing a claim, our agency will be there every step of the way. Our goal is to become a trusted advisor for you and your family for all of your personal and commercial insurance needs. Give us a call in Greenville at 756-1400 for a car, home, business, or life insurance quote today, and give us the opportunity to show you the benefits of doing business with someone who cares.
Where do you find the best selection of pre-owned vehicles in Eastern North Carolina? It's DriveHereNow.com. DriveHereNow.com is a combination of 4 dealerships in Eastern North Carolina with a fully stocked inventory of over 200 SUVs, trucks, and cars. If you're looking to upgrade your vehicle or purchase for a new driver in the house, get shopping today at DriveHereNow.com. DriveHereNow.com, supporting the Pirates for over 47 years.
This holiday season, get ready to glow like never before. Beauty Bar Medi-Spa invites you to experience the magic of self-care with treatments that enhance your natural beauty. From Botox to filler, skincare, and more, this is your time to shine. And starting Monday, December 2nd, we're kicking off our 12 days of Christmas. Each day will feature a new opportunity to save on your favorite services and products. But don't wait. These deals are only available for one day. Stop by Beauty Bar Medi-Spa at 1021 Red Banks Road, Greenville, or visit beautybarmedispa.com. Your glow up awaits at Beauty Bar Medi-Spa, your holiday beauty destination.
This Christmas, let UBE help Santa fill the sleigh with purple and gold. UBE and PirateWear.com has everything an ECU fan could want, from warm pirate hoodies, crews, and jackets to ECU wall hangings and ornaments. UBE and PirateWear.com also has the largest selection of apparel, gifts, and stocking stuffers for your little pirates. UBE and PirateWear.com has the largest selection of ECU merchandise, and they're your one-stop shop for everything on your Christmas list. Happy holidays from UBE and PirateWear.com.
IMAX is here with mind-blowing images and earth-shattering sound. Come experience the first IMAX theater in Eastern North Carolina, only at Golden Ticket Cinemas in Greenville. Crystal clear IMAX laser projection and precision sound come together to provide the ultimate movie experience. And as always, Golden Ticket Cinemas has unlimited popcorn and the best selection of concessions around. Book your tickets at gtcinemas.com and come experience the best in cinematic quality. IMAX, only at Golden Ticket Cinemas.
Pirate Radio, your #1 station for the latest on ECU sports. We are the voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to The Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities, working for our community, not for shareholders. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back to our show. Steve Beck, the executive director of the Go Bowling Military Bowl, was supposed to join us in our second half hour today, but he had a late cancellation, so he will not be joining us this week. We have him penciled in for next week to talk about the bowl game as we get closer to the bowl, East Carolina and North Carolina State. December the 28th, a 5:45 kick, Saturday afternoon, late afternoon kickoff, and the game will be broadcast by ESPN. The series with East Carolina and NC State, 19-13. NC State leads the all-time series. We talked about some of the key games in the series. State has won the last 3. In fact, in 18-19, they outscored East Carolina 92-9.
Yeah, that was bad. That was so bad.
That was the 58-3 game. That was the David Blackwell game, right?
Correct. That was the week that Mo was terminated, and then the following year
was Mike Houston's first game. and the Pirates fell by the final 34-6. And then NC State beat East Carolina in 2022, as we said, 21-20. That was the missed field goal at the gun. So the State has won the last 3 in this series. But you think about rivalries for East Carolina. The unfortunate thing about the American is that the Pirates really, besides Charlotte, and that hasn't been much of a rivalry so far, but it's really, nobody gets up in the morning and says, I hate Charlotte.
No. Like, if you think about back to the old Conference USA, even when we were independents, think of the teams we hated. Southern Miss.
Southern Miss was
the
one
big
for
one.
sure.
They're not really. They're not near us. But when you had two of the better teams in the conference, and during that time when we were aligned with them, I guess, for the Liberty Bowl, the 2 Liberty Bowl years, 94, 95. So we played them. I remember you broke up a fight or something, or saved some referee butt kick.
That's a story. You can YouTube that.
Yeah.
YouTube Brian Bailey Southern Miss, and you can see that.
Yeah.
I was the guy in the like, I wore a light blue members only jacket.
That's brilliant.
It was brilliant. And you see me waddling out there. I was a Bubba back then. Now I'm waddling out there trying to break up the fight. It was good stuff.
But you think back to that, I think of that when I look back at rivalries over the years. The regional stuff, the in-state stuff, really. Our fans want to see the State and the Carolina games. Obviously, they don't. We do. So to the argument that it really isn't a rivalry, if they don't consider it one, I think they consider it a nuisance. Like, we're not gonna call it a rivalry. So if you beat us, it's not gonna be that big of a deal. You don't get to walk around and prance and stick a flag in the middle of the field.
Yeah, I bet we don't see a flag at the military.
I'm taking one. Let's go with me sticking it. It'll be my last game, buddy, but I'm gonna do it for clip.
I think you should.
I'm gonna do it for clip, Brock. I'm gonna scream out there for you, and I'm gonna stick it right in the middle of the field. Win or lose, Clip.
Win or lose, that's going to go over well.
Run. Big Pirate Radio flag with ECU crossbones on it.
Boy, that would be that would be something. All right, let's get out of here and wrap this thing up. I want to thank Blake Harrell, head football coach at East Carolina, for joining us today, taking his Pirates to his first game, bowl game rather, as the head coach. And Ruffin McNeill, the North Carolina State Special Assistant to the head coach, Dave Doran, also the class of 2021 East Carolina Hall of Famer, for joining us. I want to thank Brian Meador for coming in and going live with us. And your commentary is always welcome. You know more stories than I do, basically.
You
remember them.
That's the difference.
That's all right. You're getting to the age where I'm going to have to start remembering for you.
I'm going to start calling you BB because I can't remember your name half the time.
BB and BB. Pirate Radio, 10 years from now, we'll have the morning show. BB and BB.
Let's do it.
Right here on Pirate Radio.
2 curmudgeons.
Yeah, get off my lawn. And we'll see you back here next week on the Brian Bailey Show.
Hell yeah.
This has been the Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities, and also brought to you by
The Angus Grill, Bostic Sugg Furniture, Bojangles, East Coast Grading, Greenville Auto World, Papa John's, Greenville Utility Company, Michelob Ultra, The Rick House, Taft and Hagler, and Tiebreakers.
Join us next week for another